back to another wonderful video. Today we're going to be looking at prohibited powers of the states and the federal government, and also how the states and the federal government work together in different types of federalism. Let's do it. Starting off with powers that states do not have. We know that states cannot create their own currency. That was one of those gray areas from the Articles of Confederation, and we know that that did not work. So that was something that is definitely going to be in the Constitution, that states cannot create their own currency. We only have one national currency, and that is created by the federal government. States can also not tax a federal agency. That's one of those things that we discussed in the McCulloch v. Maryland landmark case, that even if a federal agency happens to be within the boundary of a state cannot tax that agency because that violates the principle of federalism and also the supremacy of national law. Also, the states cannot create laws that violate the Constitution. So a state cannot create a law that somehow restricts your freedom of religion. Why? Well, because that is a specific right guaranteed to citizens in the Constitution. States can also not enter into treaties. We had an example of this under the Articles of Confederation, where a state tried to make a treaty with another country. Not a good thing. So that's something that is definitely a prohibited power in the Constitution. States can also not establish tariffs, so they can't place a tax on any good that is imported into their state. So the federal government also has a few things that they cannot do. They cannot favor one state over another, so they can't play favorites when it comes to regulating trade or any other type of decision when it comes to the states. They also cannot pass ex post facto laws or bills of attainder. So an ex post facto law is a law that makes an act a crime after it was committed. Just to get that down, and we'll talk about it in class. And they also can't pass a bill of attainder, which is a law or an act that punishes someone without giving them a trial, without giving them the chance to defend themselves. Okay? Moving on to different types of federalism. So there are many different types. We're just going to focus on two different types. We're going to look at dual federalism and cooperative federalism. So dual federalism is the type of federalism that the United States used pretty much from the beginning of the Constitution, so like 1789, all the way up through the New Deal. So think like 1937. Okay, so that was where the United States and the state governments kind of just functioned in their own spheres. The United States government made laws for the whole country. The states took care of the individual states. Okay, the other type of federalism, which is kind of where we are today, is called cooperative federalism. And that's when the states and the federal government kind of work together in order to accomplish a goal. So if you want to get like a visual of dual federalism and cooperative federalism, think about a cake, okay? Dual federalism is going to be like a layered cake, okay? So each of the layers is separated by icing, right? They're not mixing together. But cooperative federalism is going to be more like a marble cake. So if you've ever seen like a vanilla and chocolate all swirled together, okay, that's going to be cooperative federalism, because the federal government's going to encourage the state governments to do certain things without actually like demanding that they do it. But there's more cooperation between the levels. Okay, so going along with cooperative federalism, there are a few different types of ways that the federal government can encourage the states to do certain things. And how do you encourage the state to do something? Money. So there are two different types of grants, two main types of grants that the states get from the federal government. The first one is called a block grant. And a block grant is basically just a chunk of money that the states can use for a broad purpose. And the second type is a categorical grant. And categorical grants have strings attached to it. Like you have to use this money in this specific capacity. Okay, so of those two types of grants, which do you think a state is going to prefer? Think about it, answer the question. And if you guys have any questions, let me know.